Okay, now that we have this portion done, what do you think we need if we still want to make our letterhead a little better? What else do we need? What's that? Address, there you go. I think you said name, but we have our name. So we want address. We need to know email, phone number, that kind of stuff. So there's obviously no room to put it on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to type some of this out, change the color. We'll put an underline underneath it. It'll still make it look like it's part of our letterhead. So what we're going to do next. And some of the things that I'll notice on some of yours, like the area from the top to the bottom, we may move this around a little bit once we get finished with it. Because I've seen some people, they'll make their letterhead like down here, and they don't realize it, and they still turn the work in. I'm like, no, that looks terrible. You don't want it to be right up against the edge of the paper, but you do kind of want about an inch from the top. And I think mine actually may be a little lower. Sometimes you can't really tell until you zoom out and look at it if it looks good or not. So we'll wait till we're done with this next step, though. All right, so let's go down to the insertion point. Let's make sure our insertion points are on so we can see our paragraph markers. We're going to go underneath here and we're going to type out the words 323 Pine Avenue.
Oh, that's my address.
No, it's not. Graver, comma, OK for Oklahoma. Capital O, capital K. And the zip code is 74877. So we've typed out 323 Pine Avenue, Graver, Oklahoma, 74877.
Oh, do you zoom in?
Can I zoom in? Yes.
C. Spanish.
Okay, now, remember, when you guys have paragraph markers on, you can see the little dots right here as your space bar, and that's okay. Now we're going to actually insert a symbol that is a dot that we want to show up when we print. So if you go up to Insert, and if you look over at Symbols, there are a lot to choose from. Now, if you click on More Symbols, it will give you tons of different symbols. If you guys are ever doing something that requires a trademark icon, like a TM, or a copyright logo, or a restricted logo, or things like that, this is where you find those things. You can enter in your character codes too. Some things you may have to look up. You don't have, guys, I hear a bunch of clicking. You don't have to click through all of them. Okay? But we are looking for character code 2022. So you can type in 2022. It'll come to a pretty good sized round circle. 2022. It finds that one. It's next to a couple crosses right there. You hit that, you hit insert. Well, you say it's not working, but I clicked it twice and now I have 2 bullets. So you got to, every time you push insert, it will not close this window. Every time you push insert, it inserts one of the bullets there. So if you clicked it 10 times, you're now going to have 10 bullets.
Click on the
Yes.
2022.
2022.
Just type insert. See, odd. What? Don't give me this. What's this? What's that? Oh, wait.
Okay.
I was looking at it backwards.
All right. So most of the time you can just use a standard bullet and it'll be up underneath symbols. Once you use the same things over and over again, you can just click up here and it'll show up as the most commonly used. Once you've got one of those done, hit close. Then you can hit a space after the bullet. And we are going to type out phone. Whoops. Whoops. And then do a colon, open parentheses, 476, close parentheses, 555-9384. That's our phone number. 476-555-9384. Then you go up and hit space, go up to symbols, and you should have at the top right the symbol you just used.
Why is yours so bold?
And then are you putting another dot on there? What? Don't hit me.
Okay, and then we're going to finish up
Don't hit me.
by typing out a space bar after that, web address, colon, and it's www.HLT Club, Heartland Tractor Club, HLTclub.com.
I thought it said hit club.
Yeah, it's not Hit Club.
It sounds like.
And then when you push enter, you will see that it does a hyperlink by default. You want to right click that and tell it to remove hyperlink. Again, you guys are trying to make this look as professional as possible, so we're not even going to talk about how we're off to the left right now. We'll fix that in a second. But when you guys have a blue hyperlink and you go to print it, it's going to show up as a blue hyperlink, and you don't want that. So you want to remove the hyperlink. That way when it prints, it will show up like it's supposed to.
Get out of there. Get out of there. Don't
So,
go to the. And then now click on it.
all right, things that we haven't done. Highlight all the text we just did.
Remove hyperlink.
Yeah, it gets tricky to do when you get to, you can't get the paragraph marker. It'll try to get everything. So start from the 3, go all the way to the end of the .com. Highlight all that. We got to center it. So go back to home, click center. And then we are going to change the text color to it. So go to font color, which is our A with the red underline underneath it. And we are going to choose, yes, it is a brown. We're going to choose, actually it's an orange on this. Accent 3, darker 50%. So we centered the text, and then we clicked orange, accent 3, darker 50%. Now it kind of looks like mine is centered up pretty well, because I've got it kind of right underneath the middle of this tractor. This one's maybe a little to the left, so I could probably bring my letterhead over a little bit to center it up. What do you do? Start from the 3, all the way over here to the, nope. You're going up and down too much. Get the calm. Yeah. One more. It's a mouse dexterity test. Oh, too far. There, you got it. Let off. Now you can breathe. It's like learning to fly.
You're like, put fucking inch at a time.
Okay.
So click center.
All right, once you have that done, actually, we need to start on this bottom line here and hit backspace. We need to take that. We're not ready to go on to that paragraph yet. We forgot one thing left to do. So make sure you don't have any more spaces yet.
And the orange darker 50%. So the dark orange.
Okay. All right. So this last step, this is the hardest one.
What?
Well, it's not the hardest one. Okay, I take it back. This is not the hardest step, but this step right here is where I always have people ask how to do it. So, I'm gonna make another video for it. Will let me.